Hey everyone, my name is Aditya Agrawal and I am currently pursuing my BTech from ABS at Ghaziabad. And today I came up here with a new presentation. So in this presentation, I will be telling you about the S-400 missile defense system. I will explain all its technical complexities in a very brief way. So let's directly jump into my presentation. So the first thing is the topics which we are going to cover in our presentation will be I will be telling you about S-400 missile defense system in a very brief manner. I will tell all its components, and not only that, I will explain all its components to their very detail and in a very brief manner. So our first thing is about S-400 defense system. So it comes under the category of SAM, which is surface to air missile. So by meaning it is very clear that this is a kind of missile that is being launched from the ground to hit or intercept any aerial targets or any kind of incoming aerial threats. It is made in Russia. Yes, it is of Russian origin. It is not being indigenously built in India. It was introduced in Russian military in 2007. From 2007, this defense system is in the service of Russian military. It keeps a check in a kilometer of 400 radius. It keeps a check in 400 kilometer. So as the name suggests 400, so it keeps an eye or it keeps that everything is clear, safe in the area of 400 kilometers. It costed around 40,000 crores. So the total amount of this deal was 40,000 crores. It was a deal was signed, basically a deal was signed in 2018 when Russian President Mr. Vladimir Putin visited India. Then this deal was signed in 2018. A total of 5 regiments are to be purchased from Russia. Basically, the 2 regiments are being deployed, or we can say are going to be deployed in Pakistan border side. 2 regiments will be deployed in the China border side, and remaining 1 regiment will be deployed in the area of New Delhi, simply to secure the important buildings such as Rashtrapati Bhavan and the Parliament and Supreme Court. So the components of S-400 missile systems are, it basically comprises of 4 machineries. So the first one is surveillance radar unit. The second one is fire control unit. The third one is command post. And the fourth one is missile launcher. So moving on to our first component, there was surveillance radar unit. So basically this is very big in size. Of course, you can see because it keeps a check in an area of 400 kilometers, obviously it will be very big in size. It can keep an eye till 600 kilometers. Yes, this is a very interesting point. That is, it can keep an eye or it can keep a check in the radius of 600 kilometers. But it is having the capability to attack to any kind of aerial threats when it comes in the range of 400 kilometers. But it can fire or attack only in the range of 400 kilometers. It is capable of targeting any kind of stealth aircraft. Stealth aircraft are basically those aircraft that cannot be easily targeted by any kind of radar. So that's not the case in this kind of radar. It is capable of targeting any kind of aircraft. For example, I can say that F-22 and F-35 Raptor are some of the very stealthy aircraft built by USA defense services in the world, but it is very easy for this surveillance radar to target this aircraft. It can lock up to 80 targets together. Yes, this is a very surprising point that it is having the capability to lock 80 aerial incoming threats in a very single time, or we can say together. It can lock 80 targets together. As soon as it locks the target, or we can say the target comes in the range of 400 kilometers, then it transfers all the information of the target to the next component, which is fire control unit. So our next component is fire control unit. So as soon as the surveillance radar transfers the information of all the aerial incoming threats, then now this radar will keep a check on these incoming targets, and now the surveillance radar is trying to find new targets. As the target enters in a range of 400 kilometers, it analyzes the target, means this control unit analyzes the target, that what kind it is. It may be a drone, or it can be any aerial kind of bomb, a missile, or an aircraft. And if it finds that the target that is coming towards us is very deadly, so it needs to be intercepted without wasting a single minute. And as soon as it gives the order to a missile launcher that we have to destroy, or we can say that we have to intercept the aerial incoming threat. So when the missile is being launched by our launchers, then it basically just confirms what the command post basically confirms that the missile which is being launched by our launchers has successfully hit or intercepted the target or not. And in the case if they had not intercepted the target, then without wasting a single minute, this command post orders our launcher to launch a second missile. So basically, in any case, the aerial incoming threat is not going to be entered in our territories. It will definitely just take down this aerial incoming threat. It has receivers installed on the truck. You can see that a pole, or we can say a shaft, is being installed on a truck which has receivers on it. This truck is basically called the command post unit. So our last part is missile launcher unit. So as the name suggests, missile launcher means this unit has nothing to do with the surveillance. Basically there to launch a missile. It carries canisters. Canisters are basically, you can say, that covering in which the missiles are being kept before the launch. So there may not arise any technical errors in our missile. As soon as it receives the order of the fire control unit, it launches a missile. No aircraft can dodge this missile because the missile it carries have a speed of 15 Mach. Now, what is Mach? So Mach is basically, we can say that in the terminology of artillery, Mach is considered as a speed of sound. So 15 Mach simply means that these missiles are having the speed 15 times more than the speed of sound, and no aircraft in the world has a speed equal to 15 Mach. So there may be any kind of well-developed, or we can say a well-equipped aircraft. It is not going to be entered in our territories. It can be easily shot down by these type of missiles and radars. After being launched, it gives feedback to our command post, which was our second component. So after launching, just the launcher gives the information to our command post that whether the missile that was launched had hit the target or intercepted the aerial threat or not. And in the case if it had not intercepted the target, it just launches a second missile. So I am hoping that I was successful to introduce and to make sure that I have covered each and single technical point regarding this system in a very brief way. So thank you, everyone.